Hello, thank you for checking out this video on an introduction to the terminal application. The information provided within this video can be applied to the terminal application on Mac OS X or any distribution of Linux. Just to let you know, this is going to be a quick overview or a quick dive into the terminal, how to enter commands, the syntax of those commands, and a quick discussion of how to find more information on commands that you can use and how to discover new commands. This is not meant to be an in-depth discussion of the bash shell or the underlying Unix system, which is what I'll actually be interacting with. But let's go ahead and get started just by opening a terminal window. First off, what am I looking at here? I have my username logged in to my computer name. Also, this tilde right here shows that I am in my home user folder. The $ states that I am an unprivileged user. I do not have root access, so I can't do the most powerful things that can be done in the terminal, but that's good. It'll stop me from possibly erasing my hard drive on accident or something. I'm just going to type one command here just to get us going, pwd. Now that stands for print working directory. If I type that in and hit the enter key, it will reply. So I told it a command and it gave me a simple reply. I like to think of interacting with the terminal as a conversation back and forth with the computer, except this conversation can't be had in plain English. So if I were to type in print working directory or it's going to tell me that I have no idea. It doesn't even tell me or recognize that I misspelled one of those words. So it only responds to shortened commands, which is good because I don't want to type out all that other stuff. But in my mind, when I'm typing these commands or trying to learn them, I say what it does. Print working directory. That helps me remember kind of what's going on. Now, again, I already said that I knew I was in my home user folder by that tilde sign that is found within my prompt. Just remember that tilde. It will represent or be a shortcut for your home user folder. Now, to kind of illustrate what I'm talking about a little bit here, I'm going to open up a file browser. Within this file browser, you can see that it's actually presenting me a little bit more information than the terminal window on the left-hand side. The reason that is because I haven't asked the computer to tell me or to list what's in my home folder. The only thing I did was to tell me where I am in the file system. So if I ask the computer to list, ls, my current directory, I should see in some form or another the same information now on both sides. Now, you may ask why you would want to use a terminal. Why would I want to type versus clicking around the user interface over here? The reason I think so is because with a couple of options or commands, you can actually get more information presented to you a little faster. The reason being, or a quick little discussion here, is if I were to want to see the properties of my documents folder, maybe where that is located, the permissions on that, the owner, group, or others read-write permissions on that, I can only view that one file at a time or one folder at a time. Just to show you real quick, don't worry about the syntax here. If I were to list that entire directory, I can actually get that information provided to me on all of those folders. Also with more information here, the last modified date of those folders as well. So it's just a quick little way to show me more information. Now, what did I type here? The -lh. That is called an option. So most commands have options. They can be used in different ways to show you different information. How do you find out those options? With another command is the best way. If I type in man, that is the man command, short for manual documentation or man pages. If I type in man and would like to know the man documents for a command, I just type the command after that and hit the enter key. So here I can see, here I can see the syntax, how the command line would like me to enter those commands, see that it asks for options first. Now, options are usually preceded with a dash or 2 dashes. Notice that these are listed dash and then a character, dash, and then another character. As I did before, you can actually stack those characters. So you just need to use 1 dash and you can enter multiple options or characters. Now, I'm going to go back into this documentation, man ls, and just to let you know, you can scroll through this. This is a large document. You can scroll down or scroll up. I personally prefer to move through in a page-by-page form by using the spacebar. If I use the spacebar again and again, I'm going to flip through page by page. The B key will take me back page by page. If I need to get out of here, you need to use the letter Q to quit. That is a little program that's running in your terminal that if I am in that documentation, if I start typing, I don't actually have a command prompt. So you need to actually press the Q key to get back to your prompt. Now, just a couple of quick tips here, or things to know. The command line is case sensitive. If I press LS and hit the enter key, it will do what I expected it to do. But if I type in capital LS and hit the enter key, that is not the same. So please be very aware of the capitalization that you're using, as well as syntax, where commas go, how many spaces are in between, how many dashes you're using. The command line is very particular in that way, so please double check what you're entering. A couple of quick ways to get around your previous commands. So I entered ls here, another ls, all the way up. All of these commands can actually be recalled by using the history, or if I press on the up key while I am at my prompt, pressing it again and again will move me up through the different commands that I have listed. I can press down to go back down to my prompt, or to clear out my prompt there. Another quick little tip, the computer has the ability to auto-complete. It can make a best guess of what you're trying to get to. So I have my Calibre library here. That's kind of long to type out, but if I wanted to move into that or change into that directory, one command I can use is change directory, cd, and then the directory that I would like to move to. To illustrate that the computer can auto-complete or make a best guess of what I'm doing, if you start typing and press the tab key, it will most likely be able to auto-complete. So instead of having to type out Calibre library, having to know that there would need to be a forward space or a forward slash and a space, I could just press the tab key and it would auto-complete. So change directory, that's a new command here. If I just press change directory, it does nothing because I didn't tell it where to go. So there are options which are preceded by a dash. There are also arguments which do not take a dash but tell the command possibly where you want to go, what file you want to work with. So you may see verbiage of options. Know that those are usually preceded by a dash and change how the command functions. There are also arguments, which are files that you're passing in or paths to directories that you're passing in. So one of those arguments that I can use, again, is that Calibre library folder. And if I move into there, you can see that my prompt changes now. So I am still in my home folder, but I'm one directory further in, and that is that folder that you can see over here. If I wanted to move back to my home folder quickly, I could do a couple of things. If I wanted to type it out, I could use the tilde and then the backslash to move back. Again, I am now in my home folder. Or if I want to go back again, cd, just a simple little bit of syntax, 2 periods will take you back to your previous directory. So there's another couple of commands for you. If I were to want to make a directory or make a folder in the current directory that I'm in, I can just type in mkdir for make directory. I'm just going to label it test and hit the enter key. Now off to the side here you can see that that actually created a folder. I can list my contents of the current directory again and see that that same information is provided here. So I've kind of run out of room here in my terminal. The terminal will scroll down automatically. It will continue to give you free space. However, I can also use another quick command to clear my screen. That's handy. Now that history is still there. If I press the up key, that didn't delete any of my history. That just cleared the visible screen that I could see. Now I'm going to close this here real quick. And I do have that folder test, so I'm just going to show you one last quick command, and that is rm, or for remove. Now if I would like to remove a folder, I can just type in remove test. And it's going to say that that is a directory. So to find out more information, why this is not working for me, you could go into, again, the man pages. You could also just type in rm-help to get a quick overview. Now this is like the manual documentation, limited down just usually to the options that you have. So if you don't want to go into the man documents and flip through multiple pages, the help option will work for most commands, and that will give you a quick readout of the options that you have. Now I find in here that there is an option to remove directories. So okay, I'm going to clear my screen by typing in clear, and then I'm going to try rm with the option R and then that folder. If I list that file again, or list that directory again, you can see that test has been removed, so that was successful. How do you find out new commands? So I showed you a couple of commands that you may have or may have not known. If you wanted to find out new commands, I usually do that through the man pages. That's a quick way to find like commands. So if I go into the manual page for the remove command, if I go to the very end, so I'm just going to hit the space bar a couple of times, usually you can find commands that are similar to the remove command. They may not do the same thing, but they at least have the same function. So this is a quick way that you can at least find or discover new commands. So that's kind of possibly what I'll do sometimes, is just enter a command or into the man page, find a new command, so then I can read about that one, man unlink. There we go, and there again sometimes it will lead you to a dead end, but you can kind of go through a quick little rabbit hole and find out new information on the computer. That is the quick overview of the terminal here. So if you have any questions or comments, please do leave those for me. Check out my other videos. I'll be coming out with some soon on different operating systems, different desktop environments, as well as taking a further look into terminal commands and different shells. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.